Sky, get down. You're ruining my video. Get out. Get down. Bitch. Piss me off. You need to get out. Get out the door. Yeah. By the way, don't mind all the noise that's going on out there. My roommate has people over. They're lit right now. They got the music going. This is what I do. My roommate has fun and parties all the time, and I'm a loner in my room. And she invites me out there, and I'm just like, no. I'm just like a little hermit crab in my room, and I just sit here and watch YouTube videos. Damn, I'm a loner for real. Maybe that's why I'm single. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know what it is because you clicked on the video, so you know what I'm gonna talk about. This video has been a long time coming. I'm so nervous, and I hate like telling people about it because it's literally one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me, besides my last story time. And if you guys haven't watched it, then you need to go watch it because that was a whole other situation. But I'm going to be talking about the day that I got arrested. By the way, if my dad or my stepmom are watching this, I'm sorry that I never told you guys. To this day, he still does not know about it. Before we get started with this video, you're already here, so might as well subscribe because I know you're gonna wanna be back. I've got more great story times on the way. And thumbs up the video if you like it. And if you don't, keep that to yourself because I'm very sensitive and I don't wanna know. And yeah, let's get started with the video. So back when I was 17, I was always going out, always partying. I thought I was just that bitch. Mind you, I was always the sober one. I didn't start drinking until I was 21. If you're from Lowell, Massachusetts, you know that going to Lawrence was the thing to do. Like, that was the city. It was where all the jams were. So every weekend, the girls and I would sneak and go to Lawrence. My mom, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but my mom is very strict. And she never let me go anywhere. I had to like beg my mom and lie to her and do all these things just so I could get out the house. I know it's very bad, but I did. This one night, my cousin, she's my best friend, and my friend, they hit me up and they're like, girl, we're going out to Lawrence. And I'm like, what? I'm down. And I'm like, who we going with? And we've been hanging out with this group of guys for some time now, and they were our age, so we were just always like going out, partying together, having so much fun. So the girls are like, oh, they're gonna pick us up, like we gotta get ready, blah blah blah. So I'm like, crap, what am I gonna tell my mom? So ends up coming over, and she convinces my mom. She's like, we're going to my house, can Tania sleep over, and we're just gonna have a little movie night, whatever. So my mom's like, yeah, fine, go ahead. Great. So I pack up my bag, we sneak out. I used to live around the corner from my house, so I would like run to her house. Back then I didn't have a car. I don't know why I didn't have a car at 17, but I didn't have a car. So I ran to her house where all of us are getting ready. We're excited, we're ready to go. So the boys come, they pick us up, and it's just a lit time. We get to Lawrence, and the boys were just acting so sketchy. It was weird. But I didn't think anything of it. We get there, and all of a sudden, these cop lights turn on, and it's a D-Tech. The boys are freaking out. And I'm like, what is going on? My memory's foggy because this was a really long time ago. But from what I remember us pulling over the car, and I'm sitting in the back with one of the boys, and he's telling the kid in the passenger seat, put your seat up, put your seat up, put your seat up. Like, he's freaking out, he's panicking, put your seat up, put your seat up. And the kid's like, I'm not putting my seat up. Like, stop telling me to put my seat up, I'm not putting my seat up. So he just keeps going consistently, put your seat up, I'm running. He's like, you're not running, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm getting nervous. I'm like, what the is going on? I'm like, oh my God. The cop comes to the doors, everybody out, hands on the hood of the car, blah, blah, blah. The cop ends up telling us that the car is stolen. Guys, let me just say that my heart sank. I didn't even care about the car. I didn't care about anything. I was scared about what my mom was gonna do when she finds out what the hell is going on right now and that the cops are literally about to arrest me. So they're harassing us, asking us where we get the car, where are we going, blah blah blah. I just automatically, all these thoughts are going on in my head. Let me just fill you guys in about what my mom looks like. This lady is 6 feet tall. I'm this big. She would literally kill me. She just has to do this with her finger. I'm just thinking about what my mom's gonna say, what she's gonna think, and I'm just sobbing. I'm sobbing. This is there dying laughing because I'm just sobbing. She's like, Tanya, shut up. And I'm like, just crying because I can't even like fathom the thought of my mom. I couldn't even think about what she would think right now if she saw what was going on. The cops are asking everybody questions. Then they pull up the paddy wagon. Guys, I was literally fearful for my life. I thought I was going to jail. I really thought I was going to jail. I was like, this was supposed to be a fun night. We were just supposed to go to a party. And now I'm going to jail. This is so embarrassing. Literally, there's people on the street watching all of this go down. There was like 7 cop cars after that D-Tech came. There's dogs barking. It was scary. It literally was scary. So I'm like, oh my God. We're getting in the paddy wagon. They handcuff us all. We get in the back. And everybody's just chilling. Like, how am I the only one that's scared? Like, you guys aren't scared to go to jail? You guys aren't scared of your parents? So I'm sitting there, and the girls, we had phones. We still had our phones with us. I remember was like using, I don't even know why I've been saying their names this whole time. I'm just gonna say S and M. I'll bleep out the other names. But yeah, so my friend M, she had her phone the whole time. She's like texting everybody. People are telling her like, what's going on? I saw you get into a paddy wagon. Are you okay? I'm just sitting there freaking the fuck out. My mom is going to murder me. She thinks I'm in Lowell right now at my cousin's house watching a movie, and I'm here getting arrested in Lawrence with a bunch of boys. I don't even know how it could get any worse. I really don't. We're sitting in the paddy wagon, and I realize that the girls are just agitated. They're aggravated. And I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And they won't say anything to me. So I'm like, whatever. We get to the police station, and S gets put into a little cell because she was already 18 at this time. The rest of us were just sitting on a little bench. So the cops let us call our parents or whoever to come pick us up. I'm like, I'm not calling my mom. Absolutely not. So I call my sister. This isn't the first time that I've had to call my sister from a police station. There was another time prior to that. I got pulled over with some friends and they took us in, and I just had to get picked up. But I always memorize my sister's phone number. So I call, and my sister, she's 6 years older than me, so she's always had a car and whatever. So I'm like, can you please come get me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, please rescue me. So she's like, fine, I'm coming. Mind you, it's like 12, almost 1 o'clock at night. I'm sitting on the bench, and I realize how like annoyed M is. And I'm like, what's going on? And she tells me that as the cops were asking the boys questions, the boys admitted to the cops how old they were. When I tell you guys, we were so, I couldn't even deal with the fact that these boys were this. They told us that they were our age. I want to say M was maybe 16 or 17. Her and I are like 6 months apart. And S was 18. These boys were 14. 14 years old. We were so mad. It wasn't even funny. I know the ages varied, but I remember 14 sticking out, and I was like, what? And we've been hanging out with them this whole time. We had no idea. They've been lying to us this whole time. Great. So my sister ends up coming to pick us up. S always had money on her, so she bailed herself out. Yeah, we were going home. As my sister's driving us home, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so crying. I'm like, my mom is gonna kill me, blah, blah, blah. My sister tells me, yeah, I'm taking you home. And I'm like, what? You're not gonna take me to your house? She's like, nope, I'm taking you home. I'm knocking on the door, and we're gonna tell Mom what happened. So now I'm just like, shit and bricks. Like, I really have to tell my mom that what happened. Like, she's going to kill me, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was just devastated. S's mom, on the other hand, my aunt, she's 1,000 times more crazy than my mom. So S was freaking out too. Like, what am I gonna tell my mom? I wonder if she's gonna be upset. Like, I'll just tell her I'll pay for everything. I told S, I'm like, if you come to my house tonight and help, you know, ease the situation with my mom, then I'll go with you to help tell your mom. So we get to my house, and my sister's banging on the door, doosh, 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 waking up my mom because it's already late at this time. My mom was sleeping. The dog's barking. My mom's like so annoyed already. She's like, what is going on? Like, she thinks I'm at S's house, and my sister just pulls up, banging on the door. So she's like, what? So she opens the door. All 3 of us are standing there. I remember standing behind my sister, and my sister goes, tell her. I hate her. I literally hated her at this time. Like, I literally hated her. So I look at my mom. My mom's already mad because we woke her up. She's just standing there like, and I'm like, she's like, and I'm like, I just start sobbing. I'm like, we got arrested. And I went to go hug her. This is literally the dumbest thing ever. So I go to dramatically like, we got arrested on my mom and like hug her, and she like threw me off once she heard that, and she's like, you what? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have been there. So now I had to tell her the whole like thing of where we were and who we were with, and she was so pissed off. Like, she was just screaming and screaming. She's like, you guys did this. You guys get to think about it. We'll see what happens. We already knew we had to go to court. After she literally ripped us a new one, we went to my room and we both laid in bed and just cried all night because we felt so guilty and so stupid. And just everything. We were just feeling everything. We felt like idiots. Most of all, I was just scared of like what was gonna happen. Is this gonna be my record forever? Am I gonna go to jail? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. This night just was a disaster. I should have just stayed home. I should have never lied to my mom. Like, it was just, I was in my feelings for real. I was. I remember like a month or so later, we had to start going to court. We ended up going to court for 6 months, and I remember every time I would have to miss school, people would ask me at school, like, why you keep missing school? Like, where are you going? Blah, blah, blah. I never wanted to admit to anybody that I got arrested. Like, I felt like that was just so embarrassing and so stupid. Like, oh yeah, I got arrested because I was in a stolen car. So they were trying to try us for receiving stolen property, but they didn't really have enough evidence. So we went to court. We just kept going, kept going. It was either like it kept being moved or whatever, and eventually we got it dismissed. But to this day, that still pops up on my record. It's the most annoying thing when I have to explain this to people because it's literally so dumb. Moral of the story, don't lie to your parents and don't hang out with boys that you don't know because it's just gonna get you into trouble. Common sense, right? So yeah, that's the end of the story time. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. I think my next story time is going to be the first time that I ever blacked out from drinking. That's a good one. That's a good story. That's a funny story. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Stay out of trouble, don't get arrested, don't talk to boys that you don't know, and don't lie to your parents. Okay? Love you.